What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Call Out Podcast. Look who I have right here in front of me. It's our boy, Rodrigo. Rodrigo, it's been a while since we've seen you on the channel. Can you update the fans and kind of tell them what happened and where you're at with what you're doing?
Yeah, man. What's up, guys? First and foremost, been gone for a little bit. I made a move from Las Vegas over to San Jose. So I've been kind of busy with all that going on. But, now we're settled in. We're ready to rock and roll and ready to get back on the show.
Dude, we have Rodtang fighting Demetrius Johnson. I think the rules are they're different though, right? So they're going to be 4 3-minute rounds. Rounds 1 and 3 will be Muay Thai, and then rounds 2 and 4 will be MMA.
Man, so first and foremost with this fight in general, I think this is one of those for those true MMA fans, because a lot of people don't really know who Rodtang is, right? Like only the real MMA fans who really follow the sport and kind of view all the organizations know about this guy. One of the greatest fighters of all time, specifically in that Muay Thai type of event. He's over at One Championship. I like the special rules they made for this fight, just because Rodtang, fighting over in Asia, he gets exposed to a lot of stand-up Muay Thai kind of guys. He's not really exposed to the MMA with the wrestling, jiu-jitsu. So making this fight specifically 2 rounds, just Muay Thai, I think that gives him a good advantage to really go out there and showcase his abilities. But then it also makes it a little bit fair for DJ as well to be able to, if he can hang in the first round, that Muay Thai round, he's able to kind of utilize the wrestling in that second round. So great overall fight, man. I'm super excited for this one.
So what do you think we'll be seeing in each round? I mean, do you think it's going to be Muay Thai? I mean, it's going to be Rodtang just owning it on rounds 1 and 3, and then DJ owning it 2 and 4? Because if that happens, that's technically 2 and 2, so it kind of goes into a stalemate.
I like what they did, again, starting that first round in that Muay Thai aspect, because it's going to force DJ to really, find out what Rodtang's about, what he needs to do. And in the second round, I think DJ is able to utilize his wrestling, which is one of the things he's well known for. Really interesting fight, man. I'm super excited for this one.
And with that being said, have you made up your mind as to who do you think will win?
Right now, when this fight first got announced, I was like, Rodtang's definitely.
Yeah, of course. That's everyone's first impression.
Especially if DJ just got knocked out too by some Brazilian guy over at One. I was like, I'm going to ride the Rodtang wave. But now with the special rule set, with the wrestling being in rounds 2 and 4, as long as and also you said the match itself is shorter rounds, right? It's 3 minutes opposed to 5.
3.
Man, it's tough.
It is, man.
I'm gonna lean a little bit towards DJ in this one, bro. Just because I think rounds 2 and 4, I think those are DJ's rounds. I think DJ can keep the fight close in rounds 1 and 3 if he fights smart, stays out of range, uses his movement like he does in a lot of other fights. So I'm going to lean towards DJ for a split decision win, possibly even winning 3 rounds to 1.
Rounds 1 and 3 will be Muay Thai. It's going to be an advantage for Rodtang, but it might not be
such an advantage.
A huge advantage like it would be in 2 and 4, because in 2 and 4, DJ has something that Rodtang doesn't have, and it's really big. And it's really big in these fights. The wrestling has always been that neutralizer, and if you can be a really good wrestler, you can win 8 out of 10 of your fights. So if Rodtang can get out of that, if DJ can survive the first round, like you say, I think the second round is going to slow Rodtang down. When he goes into that third round, he's probably going to be like, all right, well, I get another shot. I survived that. I'm a little tired, but I got another shot. So he really needs to get it done during rounds 1 and 3, because if he doesn't, DJ is going to take him to deep waters in round 2 and 4. It's a matter of how much do we think Rodtang is preparing for that wrestling. And I think we've talked about this on the podcast before, is that no matter how much you prepare, you're no match for the years and years of experience of wrestling that DJ has. You're not gonna learn enough to stop DJ's takedowns. I have DJ also, but very slightly.
Yeah, and I like what you said there in the beginning, man. I mean, I think obviously they try to make this fight as fair as possible, giving 2 rounds to the strength or the advantage of Rodtang and 2 rounds to the strength of DJ, but I think DJ has a better advantage than Rodtang does, because like you said, you can't learn wrestling in a training camp, right? I mean, it takes years and years to master it. And even just the presence of wrestling, like take away the takedowns, just wrestling itself, it's so demanding on the body, man. It tires you out. And
it does.
The cardio you have to have in order to understand that.
Yep.
On a Muay Thai fight, It's a lot more of like that body kind of your body.
Pressure.
Yeah, so seeing how Rodtang comes into round 3 off that second round, if DJ decides to wrestle him, it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out too. And that's where you like, you go, damn, like how is Rodtang coming to that third round? If he does wrestle all of the second round, is he going to be, fresh? Is he still going to have all that power? Is he going to be gassed out? It's an interesting fight, man. It really is.
I think this is a fight for the fans, like you said, but also for new fans. This is going to be great because, we talk a lot about other organizations besides UFC. So this is fun. We're mixing Muay Thai and MMA. This is going to be a good transition because there's so many good fighters in Muay Thai. So it's good that maybe we can start to close the gap and get a little bit more talent into the sport of MMA.
Yeah. And I agree because obviously with all these new organizations that got brought in there's some exciting fights nowadays. Like it's crazy to see these crossovers. And like you said, it's going to bring a lot more light to the UFC, bring a lot of new fan base that maybe is over in the Southeast Asia, So it's super exciting. I'm definitely excited for this one. I'm definitely going to tune in. And I know everyone else that is a true MMA fan is going to as well.